I'm really happy to have Lucio here. He's been a real friend of me and the channel for a long time, and I know we all love his art so much. When I thought about doing this project, it was many years ago. A couple years ago, my mom went into some brain surgery stuff, and I had this idea for this book, and I kind of pitched it to Lucio, and he said it's going to take a while. He's very busy. He's still very busy. Congratulations, and Uh, but I said, I wanna do this book called Relics where we kinda look at different mythological or, uh, gods and different type of things that are, you know whether it's myth or not, they're legends, they're like relics of ancient history, and I said that I wanted to do Eve, and I couldn't think of anyone better to do Eve than Lucio, who lives in the mecca of you know, Catholicism and all that, in Italy, and this is the type of painting you do, and I just wanted to ask, what was it like doing, this piece for you when it's not a comic book character or something like that? It's something that's more down the, history of painters and,
Yeah, actually, I was very happy about this commission because it's finally was something different because I work every day, every month, every year, just on comic characters, and I love doing comics, and it's my work. But I'm a traditional painter, and what I love the most is going to museums and. I stay hours studying and looking the traditional paintings from the masters. So it's different subject. For the past centuries, they used to paint biblical subjects or mythological subjects or portrait of famous cardinals and stuff. But most of the time was like mythological and religious theme. And right now it's really difficult to work for this kind of word. I don't know, this kind of how you say
like for museum that art world, like getting into museums for that type of art, religious stuff, because it's new stuff is not what's looked at, it's more looked at the older.
no, I mean, right now, if you want to work for a church, for example, and doing
Uh-huh.
something like that, there are. It's not easy. I mean, there is some artists working for churches, and I would love to do it, but, honestly. But it's a different type of work, and there is not. It's not the same. Like I mean, you have to do like one big paintings and work for a year,
Yeah.
and I do exactly the opposite. I do many paintings every week. Small paintings, small covers, one character, once a week, sometimes even more, twice a week. And I have to work on small format. I have to work on small canvas and doing one or two character. If you work for a big project like a church project, something like this, you have to do like a huge painting with 10 or 20 characters. It's a different approach. And but I always in my life I always dreamt about working for like some big project like that. But I'm too busy with comics, so I have no time right now, and I have no time to do my own ideas, my own paintings, because I would like to do my own stuff for
Yeah.
myself with totally different subjects, like something like more surrealist. So like I'm happy to do comics, but at the same times, when I have like a private commission with a different request, like a mythological request, or you like your request of doing Eve. For me, it's a very good opportunity to do different things, and so I was very happy to do this painting, which is not small painting. It's a pretty big painting, and was I was pretty satisfied because I enjoyed the process. And of course, like something like this, it's not something that you can do in 2 days or 3 days because it took me a long time. I don't remember how long, but it
It
was
took
probably
a long time.
a couple of months, 1 month. I
Yeah,
don't remember.
I know that you
But
were doing it in between works
yeah,
and,
of course,
what does
maybe
it
more.
usually take you to do a painting, like 3 days or something like that? Or
Yeah,
like
like usually when yes, because I have to stop like a big project for doing my weekly covers.
mhm.
So of course, if I have a big project, need longer because I work for like 2 days, 3 days, then I have to stop doing something else, and then I work after 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So it takes longer.
I remember you were doing videos. You've been posting a lot of videos of you doing your work. You know what's funny is since Speechless, when we did Speechless so long ago,
Mhm.
I noticed that you started to post videos back then of you actually doing your work because that was what Speechless was kind of like the progress of your work. And
Mhm.
and I really love and I noticed you started doing that, but I remember seeing one video where you were working on like a Vampirilla piece or something like that, and then you scroll over and there's my piece right there, and you're using the same paint for a certain part, like some green or something like that. You were doing 2 paintings at once. It was so cool to see that.
Yeah. Sometimes I have a 2 or 3 easel with the 2 3 different paintings, but I try to concentrate just on one, finish
Mhm.
the first one, and then go on the second. So it's rare that I do something like that, but it can happen. Can happen that I have few different works open, and I work at the same time on both.
I remember, Carla messaging me, like, somewhere through the progress of this piece and saying that you were loving doing this piece. She was like,
Yeah.
text message me, "Lucio loves this. He can't stop thinking about it." I
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Hey,
Ah,
that's so good. I'm so happy that I could have
yeah.
brought that to you," and that meant to me, it's gonna be good. Like, I kept
Yeah.
thinking, "Wow, it's gonna be good."
I wish to have more commissions like that because I like doing comics and comic characters, but I have more mm, uh, for me doing a project like that with the subject related to the Bible or related to the
Mhm.
mythological theme or something like this. For me, it's a little bit. I feel like I'm doing paintings from. I feel like I'm back in time. No, I feel
Like
like
the Vatican, yeah. Like,
yeah,
yeah, that's what I'm so happy you said that because that's why I used you for this. Like, I knew that this was, like, in your blood, It was something that I'm sure you wanted to do, and hopefully in the future, because this book itself kind of taps into those old ancient things. We could do another project in a year or something in relation to this. Not Eve, but something
Mhm.
something fun where you can, really explore that. I
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know that this, you know, it's an amazing piece. I'm so happy to have it. And it took over a year before it was even in my hands. And we went through such chaos after it got here with the stupid framer, you remember all that? And
Ah, yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
oh my gosh, it was just so, 2 years worth of pain, and we're finally here. So, I'm very excited to, um, let other people be able to get this and, get a piece of a work that you really enjoyed and that's different from your current work. I mean, there are some, s some similarities to some of the art that you do, but this is so different, um, that I think that your collectors will really like this.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will love it because yeah, it's still my style. I didn't change the style.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a different subject, and I'm sure that people will love it.
Within the book, I kinda show Lucio's process, like, Speechless. I you know, it was kind of hard to do because he was, he's painting it and took so long to do, but he took some snapshots throughout the book. You can see the process of his work. And so what was that like?
Yeah, so the process, as I said before, is the classic traditional process of a painting, because I've been studying like the old masters since Leonardo da Vinci or Michelangelo, and all the other centuries. So I'm a big fan of this kind of art, and what I use is the same technique. The only difference is that right now, just to be a little bit faster and to be a little bit quicker, I use the technology. So if I have to sketch something and adjust something, I use the digital painting for the sketches. Just because it's a little bit easier to move and change stuff. Because otherwise, of course, would be even better draw the sketch on paper. But when you have to, especially if you work for an industry like Marvel, DC, for this industry, like comic industry, the editors usually want to see maybe 2, 3, or 4 different sketches, and they maybe ask you to change something, to move an arm or change the background, and the time is always really, really short, and you can spend 2 or 3 weeks drawing on paper, and maybe after you finish, they say, no, I want another one, and then you have to do another one. So it would be impossible to finish in time for the deadlines. Usually the deadlines are very short.
Yeah.
In that case, I did some drawing on paper, but then if you remember, I show you a few different options, and it's quick to use the digital art, so the drawing with the digital pen, because you can erase and change and make a few sketches with moving or changing the background without erasing, without ruining the original drawing, no? And you save time because you can do something that you would do in maybe a week, you do in 2 hours. And of course, it's quicker. But for the rest of the technique and the process is the real traditional painting. So once you ready with the sketch and this is approved and it's the final, you just have to draw to scale the drawing on the big canvas, and then start painting. And the process, the traditional one. So I start with probably there is on your book you have the process, right? So
There's multiple. It's kind of mid process, like, you have it, you have some light base down at the beginning, but
yeah
most of the time it's just, there's 5 or 6 steps. What I think a lot of people might find interesting is, so this, of course, is a magnificent giant painting in my other room, right? So what happened with so he sent the painting to me, and when I got it, I had to go get a professional photo done, which is something that usually Lucio would do, but throughout the time that it took, there were over a year it was there, and everyone's busy, and so, but here's the interesting thing. So I went and got a professional photograph done of it, and I don't know if you even used that guy. I don't know if you contacted him after. I know you asked for his information because it was such a good picture, but there's a professional photo of the original painting, and then I sent it back to Lucio, and you did some digital touch-ups on that. You added some, like, uh, gloss and shadow and a little bit of,
yeah yeah
uh, extra stuff.
yes, yeah, like right now, what's the difference between traditional art and modern art right now, no? The thing is that at that time, when William Bouguereau or Caravaggio, they were working for the church. They didn't need to print anything, right? Because
Mhm.
they didn't have any magazine, any printer, anything. So they just give the painting. The painting was framed, and they hang on the church, or they hang in the big palace, or the whatever. And every people just walk and see the original art, right? And
Yes.
this, and that's it. And it will stay there for centuries.
Uh-huh.
Right now, it's different because if I make a painting, the painting will be in my studio for years, and nobody will see, because everybody will see just a print, just a picture.
Mhm.
So the process of doing a picture or a scan is really hard. Is the
Yeah.
Honestly, is one of the worst parts of my work, because every time I take a picture, it's never perfect, because it's a lower quality than the original art that you can see with your eyes. Because what you see with your eyes is it's not a picture.
It's
You're seeing
alive. I understand.
you're looking at real. Even if you go to museum and you see
Yeah.
a beautiful painting from a famous artist, you take a picture or you buy the book, you go home and say, "Oh, that's not what I saw with my
Yeah.
eyes." It's not the same, because the picture is have too contrast, or maybe too much light, or saturation is wrong, or is too dark. The colors are different. The red is not the same red. The skin is not the same color skin. So imagine if I work for weeks to reach the perfect skin tone, or the right contrast in the red and in the background. I take a picture and I got disappointed, because this is not what I see. This is not what I did for weeks, no.
Yeah.
And then I take 10 pictures, and 10 pictures are not perfect. And even if you go to professional photographer, never will be 100% perfect. There will be 80% perfect, and then you have to retouch digitally.
What did you think about the the pro photo that I got? I thought it was
Yeah,
amazing.
your picture was amazing, but of course, it's not 100%
Yeah.
like my painting. You can tell, right? I
It
think it is really, really good, and it's almost perfect. But if you see the painting and you see the picture, there is difference. There is a difference,
yeah.
right?
Well,
Okay,
yeah,
so
he added a bunch of light to it, and he did a bunch of different things, and I'm sure he might I don't know if he did any touching up on it, but I
honestly,
know that
right now, I don't remember if I retouched something else, but for sure there was contrast and light and stuff to adjust, the saturation, for sure. And that was a professional photographer. So I'm not a professional photographer. I
yeah,
mean, I try to do my best every time, but I take a picture, I scan, especially when it's a big painting like yours,
yeah.
which was really really a big massive painting. You can't use a scanner, it's impossible.
Oh, yeah, it's a plus it's the paint and all that other stuff.
Okay, so you need a camera, professional camera, and so it takes
It
time.
worked out. It worked out,
Yeah, of course, of
and
course.
then you retouched it, so there's gonna be some fun little things in the book, like some specials things that I'll talk about later, but I'm just I'm super happy. I know you're really busy, and I want I'm just so happy that you spent some time with me today. And everyone else that's watching, we I love art. I do this because I love art, and you know, Lucio is a relic, a mythological figure just to me myself in regard to the art world. So I'm
Thank
so
you.
happy to have it, and yeah, I don't know what else to say except pick up the book.
Yes, and uh, I hope people will be enthusiastic about that, and uh, please share your comments and write me. I will post it once you will be ready to post it. I will do it as well on my social. So I hope people will be uh, happy to share comments and
Oh
likes.
yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I remember, like, a couple years back when you showed it, finally, like, the finished video of it, it went crazy on your slide, like, it on your, Instagram or whatever. You finally showed it and people were freaking out. "What is that? Where can I get that? What is that?" But that was, like, a year ago.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
we'll revisit it, see what happens. It's gonna be super low print just because I want it to be fun and, people gotta kinda if they want it, they gotta get it, So,
yeah, yeah.
it'll be a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Lucio, again for over the years being there, being a good
Sure.
friend,
Thank you.
and,
Thank you. That was a
that's
really
it.
was a big pleasure. Was a pleasure, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to paint this different with this beautiful subject because it was really fun. I enjoyed a lot, and I hope to have more.
We'll
for
talk about that. We'll figure it out,
sure,
something for the end of the year maybe or something, give you some time, but
sure.
something awesome. Alright, you
Uh,
guys, thanks so much for watching. Go check out Lucio
thank
on
you,
his
everybody,
Instagram
guys.
and his,
Thank you.
new store, right? You have a new store now? You got your store launched?
Yes, yes. I'm gonna do exclusive by myself and
Oh,
sell on my store. So lucioparrillo.com. No, sorry, lucioparrilloart.com,
mhm.
and there will be all the news, original art, and exclusives. So we're gonna launch the first exclusive in a week. About so will be a
Oh,
surprise.
man.
Yeah, and so just check my website sometimes, and you see the news.
I am so excited for you. That's gonna be a different you've just leveled up. Everything's gonna change, Lucio, I promise. It'll change now.
Thank you, thank
Um,
you,
alright, you guys, thanks so much. Take care.
thank you, Billy. See you soon. Bye bye.